Hi, hey, it's me. I am Reflections of My Evolution, and I am here as a messenger for higher dimensions. I just wanted to welcome everyone in that has found me. It's a warm welcome to all the viewers of this channel. It always feels so good to come back. Wherever you may find yourself on your journey to self awareness, you are welcomed here. All right. There is something that comes with waking up, with becoming self aware. What you always knew as your life, it's going to start to change. This download is information and even signs that you guys can use to look out for. And for some of you, this will be reassurance that whatever these changes are that you are seeing in your simulation, they are happening for a good reason. Once you start to wake up and you start becoming aware inside of your own simulated reality, what's going to happen is that you're going to start to disconnect from your third dimensional world. And as a result of this, many changes are going to start. You might feel a little bit confused when these things come up, or even you might sense a little bit of doubt. But I'm here to tell you that it's okay. These emotions are normal. You have to understand that you guys are beginning to break away from all that you have been taught by your old unconscious conditioning and programming, or whatever it is that you have been known to be true to you. And you're beginning to mentally process and even think in an entirely new way. I'm going to go ahead and lay it out straight to you guys and just, get to the point because you guys need to know the truth. If you are on this journey to becoming self aware, not everything is going to feel like love and light. When you are about to move up to a higher level in your own simulated reality, it will feel like what the third dimensional world describes as hell. Um, you guys are going to be tested in many different ways. These types of tests can come up through other people or characters in your simulation, circumstances that come up, experiences that you may have, and even your own old ways of thinking might come up with constant patterns that are going to feel like resistance to your new mindset. When your mind starts to begin to expand and you begin to tap into higher consciousness, you are beginning to drop all of your programming and even your old belief system that you were taught to believe to be true to you. And what's going to happen is that you're going to find out that everything that you once believed in or assumed was real and true hasn't been real or even entirely true. This release of your old ways of thinking will happen little by little. These transitions are going to become smoother and easier as you move along. But at first, especially if you're young to waking up inside of your own simulation, there's going to be a lot of powerful contrast that is going to show up with these changes. And what I mean by this word contrast is that things that you once held on to, that you were comfortable with, things that you were used to, you're going to go through a period where these things are going to be stripped away. And your 3D world, whatever it is that you learned by your unconscious conditioning, is going to start to crumble right before your eyes. And this crumbling, when you find out, that the things that you've been, looking into and believing into have only been a reflection of your own patterns, that's when things are going to start to look fucking unreal. Because you're going to be able to connect one thing to another. What you once thought was real and even solid, you will come to find out has only been an illusion. Your programming from the past, in other words, your old belief system that you were used to, everything that you thought was real will start to break down. Reaching higher levels of consciousness will destroy your old 3D timeline. And this destruction can look a little bit messy and even chaotic in your third dimensional world. What your guys are going to start to notice if you observe very closely, and you will catch this if you have reached a level of self awareness where you can detect these things. But the third dimensional world that you've always known is going to start to glitch in very mysterious ways. When you get here, you will see another confirmation of this highly advanced simulated reality. This download is being released to show you how to release and to go with it no matter how uncertain this may look and feel. Once you start to see and also feel yourself that you are moving away from the 3D and you begin to identify more with higher dimensional thinking, there will be a very precise balancing act that you guys are going to learn how to hold on to. And this balancing act that I'm referring to, what that is that your body, your physical avatar, which is the body that you manifested to bring yourself into your own simulated human experience, this body, this avatar that you are inside of, will remain in the physical 3D world that you see all around you. And your mind will start to form a permanent setting in higher levels of consciousness or levels of awareness. This will happen gradually for each and every one of you who is beginning to awaken inside of your very own simulated reality. This balancing act of keeping your physical body in the 3D, but your mind in higher states of consciousness, is going to take some practice at first. And just like with anything new, it's going to feel a little bit unfamiliar because anything new is going to feel challenging because you've never done it before, and this is something that you're learning to do now. This download, this information that I have been sent, will resonate with you when you are ready. So do not force this. If you happen to find this message or this video, you will get to this particular place in your journey at your own time. You will begin to detach from the 3D because what's going to happen is you're going to start to notice that you don't resonate with it anymore. What you once thought was super interesting and cool to do, or even fun, will lose its taste. And you will no longer look at things or feel the same way about things like you used to when you were older versions of yourself. When you start noticing that you are losing interest in the things that you once loved to do, this is your sign that you are mentally ready for this download and for this information. If you find that you are going through these motions, what this is that you're becoming a new version of yourself. This disinterest will happen for each of you at different times because all of us, including myself, we are all at different levels of awareness and consciousness right now. So all of these things and changes are really up to you. So do not rush this. Allow what must die to die if you feel that you are moving away from certain things or certain people. And don't cling to what is crumbling because it's happening for a reason. Your inner compass will start to change, and all on your own, you will feel the guidance to start to raise the bar on the quality of your friendships and even your social crowds. Your social crowds will go through a change. And the reason for this is because every single person that you guys meet is actually a mirror to you. And whenever you've been in places or situations where you meet someone for the very first time, and you meet a person or what is really known as a character in your simulation, you are never meeting them by random or by chance. The characters in your simulation you know as friends, family, life partners, acquaintances, or just people that you happen to connect with. They didn't just show up in your life. They were actually manifested by you unconsciously so that these characters can match your current mental patterns. And this is why, as you continue to evolve and reach higher levels of consciousness, what you're going to notice is that some people will go and some people will come in. And this all happens as part of your evolution as you continue to evolve. If you haven't figured this out yet, let me take this moment to let you know what is coming so that you are prepared what to look forward to, because this is going to be part of your evolution. Every time that you level up or you go up to higher levels of consciousness in your own simulated game, the cast of characters or the people that surround you inside of your simulation are going to begin to change. In the third dimensional world, this change is going to look like loss of friendships. You're going to lose acquaintances, and you're going to probably move away from communities that you once vibed or connected to. Some of you may even experience changes in places of employment, and some love connections will also dissolve. Everyone that you meet, no matter what level of closeness or intimacy, is a mirror to where your level of consciousness is at this time. To place this in a more traditional third dimensional way, the characters in your simulation, the people that surround you, are reflecting back to you what version of yourself you are right now. And this reflection that other characters are going to reflect back to you is a reflection that is on a mental level. What I mean by this is that these people that surround you are going to have similar toxic patterns as you do, similar emotional trauma, any emotional wounds that you may have picked up unconsciously, you will also share with these people, and even similarities in belief systems. If this part applies to you, go ahead and listen to this portion of the download, because every human experience, every simulation has its very own particular circumstances, because every one of us that are main characters have our own distinct simulation. If you happen to be someone who has to be in close proximity to characters that are reflecting back to you old versions of yourself and the things you used to do or participate in or even think like, um, if you're around people or characters that are old mirrors because they happen to play roles of family members or even professional acquaintances, then things like learning how to place boundaries may be necessary if this happens to be your particular situation. Okay? Remember, guys, you are the main character. You created everything that is inside of your simulation. You even created your own supporting cast. And what I mean by supporting cast is that you created the people to come into your simulation that currently are around you, are in close orbit to you. What I'm trying to explain here is that every person in your simulated life game comes into your awareness for a very particular reason. You think you are meeting someone for the very first time at random, right? You actually are not. Your unconscious programming generated very specific types of characters in your simulation so that these characters can share in your human experience. All right, guys, I have gotten to the ending of this download. I wanted to take a moment to thank you for visiting my channel today. And if it's your first time here, I wanted to welcome you in. Thank you for your view and thank you for pressing play on my video. My wish is for all of you guys to be well, and that I hope that you are all doing good. All right. I just wanted to say before I go, as always, I love you, and I will see you soon on the next one.